Who has that relative that is the self-proclaimed king of the family that says, I can fix and I can do all things related to houses, cars, you name it, I can fix it? Who has that relative? Everybody has that relative. So here's the problem. This guy, if your house is more than 20 years old, the house you're looking to buy, this guy's probably worked on that house. You need an inspection. So, okay, Brett, you've convinced me I need an inspection. All right. How much? Why do I need it? Do I really honestly have to have it done? Help me out. We're going to get into all that in just a second here. Before I start with all that, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Give me a like, comment down below, subscribe, do all that stuff. If you're looking to buy, sell, or move into the Tampa Bay area, shoot me a text, an email, give us a call. We'll be happy to sit down with you and one-on-one assess your situation and help you find the smoothest solution to moving. Do I have to have an inspection? All right, well, here's the deal with that. If your home's more than 20 years old or older, the insurance company is going to require you to have a 4-point inspection. It's a sheet of paper that the inspector fills out that's accepted by insurance companies. Again, keep in mind, I'm talking about here in Florida. What it will tell them is, hey, the condition of the plumbing, the condition of the electric, the condition of the roof, and the condition of the heating and air conditioning system. They want all of these things to be, in good working order for them to insure your house. And that's going to require an inspection. Okay, so I've got to do that. I get it. The house is more than 20 years old. What if the house is less than 20 years old? You may not be required to have it. The insurance company may say, hey, if it's less than 20 years old, we'll accept it as it is. Is it a good idea to still have an inspection? Absolutely. Look, you just don't know what people have done at your house. I've seen some of the craziest things that you can imagine. And when I say crazy, I mean dangerous is what it amounts to. When you get into older houses, a lot of times, back in the day, people like to do things on their own, So what happens if back in the 70s, the former owners of the house, guy was, smoking some pot and reading a book on how to rewire the house, and he went ahead and did it. Trust me, I have seen that. I don't know if that was the circumstance, but that's certainly what it looked like. So you have to have a qualified person come in, check the place out, and to be aware of everything that's going on with the property. A good inspector is going to give you a report that's more information than you're ever going to want to really know or care about, unless you're just one of these super meticulous people. It's usually somewhere between 40 and 60 pages of pictures and descriptions of everything about your house, including maintenance items, anything that might need fixing, and as well as things that if there is a problem, it's all going to come out. And at that point, we're going to go to the seller and address these issues. What all is entailed? So the initial inspection is going to cover it all. What insurance companies sometimes want to see is the 4-point, which is just a separate piece of paper, but the inspector is going to charge you extra to fill that out. Many times insurance companies will want to see a wind mitigation. Wind mitigation just tells the insurance company and you how is your roof attached. That's important here in Florida. We get tropical storms and hurricanes and things like that. Insurance company wants to know, hey, is your roof gonna ride it out? They want to know how it's attached, and it tells them, how many nails are in it. Does it have hurricane clips? All this sort of thing. It's beneficial to you because if it does have all those things, you're going to get discounts on your insurance premium. So that's important. There's also a WDO report. Okay, what is that? Well, all right, most people would call it, hey, we need a termite inspection. Okay. In Florida, and other places, it's more than just termites. It's termites, carpenter ants, certain fungus that eats wood. So WDO stands for wood destroying organisms. So in Florida, I highly recommend that you get a termite or WDO report. It is not uncommon, particularly on older houses, to have some form of like termite damage or evidence that there were some termites, in the rafters or whatever at some point during the lifetime of the house. It's Florida, in Tampa, we're in a subtropical climate. It happens. The house that my wife and I bought, there was termite damage in the rafters. And they can't tell you whether the termites are still alive or not, unless they start digging into your wood and actually run across ones that are moving. They just document the damage, let you know about it, and then you decide, what, if anything, needs to be done. I went to the seller and I said, hey, I need you to tent the house before we move in. I want everything dead. If there is anything, I want it all to be dead. Because there was no structural damage. It just looked like at some point, this house was built in 1973. Some point over the years, there was some termites up there chomping around. And so we killed everything and went from there. If you have a septic tank in the yard for your sewage, you're going to get that pumped and want to get that pumped and inspected. If you've got well for your water, and you have, say, a VA loan or an FHA loan in some cases, they may want you to get the water tested. And that's a simple thing. They test it at the well and they test it inside the house, send it off to a laboratory, make sure there's no lead or contaminants in the water that you're drinking. Some folks are very susceptible to mold and things like that and have allergies. So this is another consideration. You may want the air in the place tested. Crank up the air conditioner and get the air tested. See, if there's anything in the air that's going to be a problem for you. So these are all things that you can have done. These things all cost money, of course. To give you a general idea, a basic inspection, let's say you've got a house that's 5 years old. You don't need a lot of this other stuff. It's practically a new house, but you do want to have it looked at just to make sure there's nothing going on. Basic inspection is going to cost you $400 or $500, 50, 60 pages of everything that you want to know. When you start adding on the wind mitigation, the 4-point, the wood destroying organisms, the price obviously goes up. Now you're up to about probably $600 or so. If you need the septic tank pumped and inspected, maybe a well water test, that's another, $400 or $500 altogether. Now you're up to near $1,000, $1,100. So how much is my inspection going to cost me altogether? Somewhere between $450 to $1,100. That's going to cover it. If you've got $1,100, you should be able to get everything inspected that you want inspected. I'm sure there's instances, and as soon as I finish this video, I'll think of one where it was more than that there was something else, a seawall, something crazy. But as a general rule of thumb, without a septic tank and well, if you're on public water and sewer, you're probably looking about $700 at the most. If you add septic tank and well into it, then you're looking over $1,000 for all your inspections. I hope that helps you at least get a ballpark idea of how much it's going to cost. Next video, we're going to go a little more in depth with inspections and negotiations. I'll break down some scenarios for you. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have a good one.